What's up? Welcome back. And today I've decided I'm gonna talk about one of the things that has been very important um for my journey so far, and that is reading the Bible. Reading the Bible has genuinely changed me. It has rewired the way that I think about things and the way that I approach things. It's honestly amazing. Then I got the NIV version, which is much easier to comprehend for me, and it's better for beginners too. So, that's what I went for, uh, and it's been really good. I've enjoyed reading the Bible. This Bible I started reading on May 4th of 2026. On this Bible, I have read up until Deuteronomy 13. Deuteronomy 13. I read Deuteronomy 13 today. And I also read the book of John. I kind of skipped ahead a little bit because I just wanted to read John. Reading the Bible is what you need to do to get to know God. If you're building a loving and genuine relationship with God, reading the Bible is something you just have to do because that's how you get to know Him, right? Building a relationship requires you getting to know the other person and communicating with them. Getting to know God is by reading the Bible. Communicating with God is by praying. I have made the goal to consistently read the Bible every day. Have there been days where I have not met up to that consistency? Yeah, there's been like a few days since I started. Not making excuses here. That is solely because I got distracted. You will face distractions. You will have distractions. Your goal is to make sure that God is a priority. That's what I've learned. From reading the Bible, I have gained a lot of peace and ease of mind and hope and faith for what the future holds for me. Because there's a lot of wisdom in the book, and I have learned so much. I have been able to control negative thoughts because of it. Genuinely, I run to God by running to my Bible. If I feel anxious about something, worried, or I feel a feeling creeping up on me that I do not like, I run to God. And that's something that I have learned to do. I won't lie, it's hard at first. It really is. And I'm not saying it's easy now for me because it definitely isn't. Definitely isn't. I still get distractions. I haven't fully mastered running to God as being the very first automatic thing I do, but it's a work in progress, right? My intent is still there to continue growing this relationship with God, and it's something that I'm very proud of myself for putting the effort in, because how do I expect myself to show up for any relationships in general, whether that's with family, with friends, with a woman in my life, right? How do I expect myself to show up in those relationships if I can't even show up to the main priority relationship, which is the one with God? That's a reason why I've put so much focus on getting to know God. Lately, I've been looking back at like the past and thanking God for getting me out of situations that could have turned out bad for me. That I had no benefit from. Honestly, it's a blessing. Being very grateful to God is something I have been actively getting better at. Because sometimes I tend to focus on the negative things around me, and that's literally me putting the magnifying glass on these negative situations and ignoring all the positives around me, all the positive things in my life. And that's something that I have been continuously getting better at, and continuously practicing more of, just being more grateful for everything in my life right now, because everything is intentional by God. There's a reason for everything. I genuinely believe that there's a reason for everything that happens in your life. Literally. Literally. I don't know why I said that with an English accent, but yeah, literally. I am and was someone who likes to have control over the future. I like to map out what it is that's gonna happen a week from now, months from now, years from now. I like to envision what my future is gonna look like, and what that would do is that would set an expectation. And obviously, by setting that expectation, if it doesn't come to be, all you get is disappointment. When things didn't work out the way I would want them to, I would get scared. I would panic because then I felt like, okay, I don't have control. I'm doomed. Like, I'm doomed. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I am now having to deal with this by myself. That was my mindset, that I was by myself. I was dealing with this by myself. And because of that, I would tell myself, I don't know if I can actually do this by myself. I don't know if I actually. But I was never by myself. God is there with me, right? Any worries I have, I just need to give them to God. And by reading the Bible, I've gained a lot of peace in terms of the future. I like to envision it as God and me are in a car, and He has the wheel on this trip that we call my life. Don't know what the destination is, don't know where we're going, but He has the wheel. So why should I be scared if God Himself has the wheel, right? I have no reason to be scared. I have no reason to be worried, to be anxious, as long as I have faith in God. And that's something that genuinely changed, like, me as a person, because I don't worry as much about the future because God loves me, God loves you, right? He will never abandon you nor forsake you. With my Bible, just to share a little bit about what my Bible looks like, I did label like the chapters, the books, and I have post-its sticking out all over from like verses or like little chapters that I found meaningful and I wrote a lot for. I love that. It's just cool. It's sick. Some of the post-its I have here are these. I'm gonna read it because I don't think you can really see it that well. So the first post that I have here is that Jesus forgives and heals in the middle of chaos. I love that line, and it's so true, because chaos, or if you want to call it wilderness, if we're thinking about chaos as wilderness, because when you're in a season of wilderness or chaos, that's when the most growth happens within you. Me personally, I'm in a season of wilderness. I'm in a season of chaos. It's been chaos. It's been chaos. And I've been growing a lot, yo. I've been like for real growing a lot. And I can tell God is forgiving me and healing me from a lot of things, and pruning things from my life that don't serve me, and really leading me towards becoming a man that will be able to steward all of the things He has waiting for me in the future. That's how I like to think of a season of chaos, or a time of chaos, or a time of wilderness, because I try not to see it as so negative anymore. I try to see it as like, okay, let's backtrack and let's grow from this. Let's like learn from this, because that's what it really is. It's just learning. You're learning from it. Another one I have here is, it does not get easier. You just have to get stronger. Things don't get easier. You just have to get stronger about it. Okay. You're not gonna face stuff in life that God doesn't think you're not strong enough to handle. I learned that from a sermon, and I also learned that from my therapist. So, my favorite one, the one that means the most to me, one of the ones that kind of leads my whole journey, one of the ones that kind of motivates me to grow, is, what you build now, someone will live in later. I'm a family man. I love to help. I love to love, and I love to give to the people around me. And this one means a lot to me because the greatness that God is building within me, and the man I am building by following God's guidance and His commands, is a man that will bless the people around him. What I build now is what someone will live in later, whether that someone is my family, my future wife and kids, my friends and extended family. You get what I'm saying? In the future, what I start growing, what I start implementing now, and what I start developing in me now will benefit the people in my life later on, and more importantly, will benefit me later on. Another one I have here is understanding patience allows us to not lack. Wait on God. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A few months ago, I prayed for him to teach me how to be more patient. He's been teaching me. He has been teaching me. He has been teaching me, and he has been testing me because my patience has been getting tested so much these last few months, these last few weeks and days. It's I did it to myself. I asked and I received. So, you know what? I gotta go along with it. Yeah, another one I have here is forgive without letting it damage your heart or your capacity to love. God is about forgiveness. I'm still learning to forgive. It's something I'm still currently working on, but I think for the most part, I have the intent to forgive a lot of people in my past. I'm getting there. So, just a little glimpse of what my Bible looks like. This is Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 11. I read this like a few days ago. If a chapter is genuinely calling me, I'm gonna write everything that stands out and what I think, like what I think this means. I'm gonna make a video about Deuteronomy 8 because that's a chapter that I really like love right now. I think I will always love that chapter. A very huge key to this whole journey. That's how you get to know God. And you can't build a loving relationship with God if you are not even willing to get to know him. That is the key to my growth as a person, as a man, as a Christian, and prayer. Praying is very important as well. I think that'll be it for this video. Lately, the summer days have not been the best weather-wise, so I've kind of been inside. Right now, we're dealing with the Canadian fires. It smells like burnt outside. And it's also been raining and been like heat waves. You know, yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Give a like. Show support. Subscribe. Yeah. And also, drop a comment. I'm gonna do a Q&A video. Drop a question. Nobody's dropping a question. Absolutely nobody's dropping a question. I'm gonna still do the Q&A though. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace.